Welcome to the audio-described version of Virginia Catherall's Artist in Residence video. There is an NPS arrowhead logo on a black background with white text that reads Glacier National Park. Text on screen reads Virginia Catherall, Artist in Residence, June 2023. A woman with shoulder-length brown hair and black glasses stands in front of a leafy tree and shrubs on the shore of a lake. She is wearing a black and white checked dress and a white cardigan. She talks expressively and moves her hands as she speaks.
Hi, my name is Virginia Catherall. I'm Artist in Residence for Glacier National Park for June 2023. And I've been here almost a month, so I'm nearing the end of my residency. Luckily, I've been able to get so much inspiration from this amazing park. My medium is textile art. And what I do is I create wearable art that you can wear. And my inspiration obviously is the landscape. And it's this idea that you can take the landscape and wrap it around you. I've always wanted to just be immersed in the landscape, wrap myself in it. And now I create art that does that, where you can take the landscape, wrap it, have it kind of be a part of you. So I have an example here. This is a piece I did a couple years ago, but it gives an idea of my type of art.
Virginia reaches for and picks up a long, narrow scarf. It is knitted in many colors with vibrant blue edges in a delicate lace pattern, which fades to a lighter blue toward the middle, then a bright yellow-orange with varying purple stripes throughout.
This is a sunrise that I witnessed on some salt flats, and I was able to capture this idea of a sunrise that was on this amazingly beautiful water that was reflected off of these flats, and then I could wrap myself in it. So a lot of what I do has things that wrap around you and that you can totally immerse yourself in. So since I've been here, I've gotten quite a bit of inspiration, and I have lots of plans to do really big works that is going to take probably the next year or so to do. But I was able to complete 4 smaller pieces since I've been here that have been really fun. So here's the first piece that I finished. It's a neck warmer. It's a neck warmer that you can wear around your neck that depicts the Livingston Mountains.
Virginia picks up a forest green and white cowl, or neck warmer, which is a knitted rectangle of fabric in an intricate colorwork design showing a mountain range, with leather fasteners and snaps on the edge to clip it around your neck.
And these are the mountains that I can see from where I'm staying on Lake McDonald. And the view when I first got here was so inspiring. These incredibly green mountains that were just something that I hadn't witnessed before since I hadn't been to Glacier. And I wanted to capture something about that.
A simple sketch in pen from her journal showing the rectangle of the cowl with the mountain landscape and suggestions at stars and designs on it in green colored pencil.
So you can see these are the actual peaks of the mountains, and this is kind of an abstraction of the view that you can wear around your neck, like this, around your neck. So this was the first piece that I finished. I also have done a purse that you can actually wear that's a fun kind of whimsical piece that's based on thimbleberries.
Virginia reaches for a knitted purse with wooden handles. The purse is a green background with flat white representations of the thimbleberry flowers and 3-dimensional groups of red round shapes to represent the berries.
And I had planned on maybe doing a purse, so I brought all of the hardware for it. But I thought maybe I was going to do a huckleberry, because huckleberries are so important around here. But then when I got here, I didn't see any huckleberries in bloom, but the thimbleberries, they're so beautiful, and they were very showy and just in bloom everywhere. And so I totally changed my idea and decided to do a thimbleberry that is an abstraction of the berries and the flowers together to make a purse. And this one, like I said, it was very fun. Thimbleberries are these kind of showy flowers that are just fun to see along the trail, and you see them everywhere, that I wanted to create something like this. The other 2 things that I've done, one of them is a green lace wing.
Virginia holds up a gauzy, light green, net-like scarf that is about as wide as her arm span and is reminiscent of the wings of a green lacewing insect.
And this is a lacewing that I observed on the lake. I was fascinated by its wings. It was lovely, delicate. I wanted to create something that was delicate, and so I created this lace scarf that is the green lacewing, that you can be a lacewing for a while if you want to wear it. It's a light lace scarf. And then the last piece that I've done is based on Jackson Glacier. And I was fascinated by the brown kind of melting parts that became almost like a geometric shape in lines and checks on the glacier. And so I created a cowl that goes around your neck.
Virginia picks up a rectangular, tubular cowl that fades from an off-white at the top to brown at the bottom. The fabric is textured, and a striking pattern of interlocking T-shaped white designs fades from top to bottom.
They kind of tried to mimic it. Now this is something that I don't think quite worked. And this is kind of my process. Is sometimes I create things that don't quite work. Sometimes I start knitting and I realize right away and I change. Sometimes I finish it and I realize that this isn't quite the look I was going for. And so I'll probably redo this in some way and try to figure out a better way of showing this idea that I had about this melting glacier. And so sometimes the things I do just don't work, and that's fine. It's still a warm cowl I might wear, but it won't become a work of art. All of my pieces that I do, when I think about them, I sketch them out as I can in my journal. Here is kind of one page of my journal.
Virginia picks up a leather-bound journal and shows us a page spread of sketches and notes illustrated in pen and colored pencil. We see a close-up of the journal page spread with ideas and designs for a square yellow and white pattern inspired by glacier lilies, a semicircular shawl inspired by the ripples when you throw a stone into a lake, the thimbleberry purse that she previously showed, and a shawl inspired by the twisting and windswept branches of a whitebark pine, with interlocking cables forming the branches.
That I just sketched out a few pieces that I was thinking of doing. You can see the thimbleberry purse that I sketched out of what it might be. These are some other pieces that I've started based on some things like wildflowers, or this is a lake that I was inspired by. But so you can see that I kind of just sketch things out that I can. Sometimes I sketch out a couple ways of doing it. Well, now I can't find it. Sometimes I do a couple different versions of it, and it turns into, oh, here's the green lacewing.
A page from her journal with a sketch for the green lacewing scarf, showing the wing-like shape, the rough pattern of the lace, and technical specs like the type of yarn, the measurements, number of stitches, and needle size.
And sometimes they come out, and sometimes I do them, sometimes I don't, but at least I have an idea of something that I might want to do. And then when I start knitting, I sometimes create the whole pattern and then knit it up. Sometimes I start knitting and then I start changing what I want to do as I knit. So I kind of work both ways. Just writing something out, creating it, or just starting and free-forming it and then writing the pattern later. Everything I do is knitted. And because what I do is I consider art, I do sell my works for art prices, and so they're too pricey for some people because art is expensive and it takes a long time to do these. But because it's expensive, I also want people to be able to enjoy my art who maybe can't afford it. And so I create a pattern that people can buy, or sometimes they're free. You can buy them for $3, $5, $7. Sometimes it's just as small as that. And then if you know how to knit, you can create your own version of the artwork that I created so that it becomes more democratic and people can use it a little bit more. And that's something that is really important to me. So all of the pieces that I'm creating for Glacier National Park will become patterns in the future over the next year, and people can find them and knit their own landscape of Glacier National Park. Sometimes, not only do I do pieces that can be worn and are practical, sometimes I do pieces that are more kind kind of conceptual. I've been really interested in data gathering lately and data representation. And I want to be able to kind of show data in a way that people might relate to it. And one of my goals for this residency has really been to slow down, think about everything I do, really immerse myself in the moment, enjoy the wildlife and the scenery. And so because of that, I decided to create something I'm calling Glacier Time Scarf. And this is a scarf that I'm knitting that lays out all of the different things that I do every day in data form. So here's an example. Well, here is the scarf. And you can see I'm still working on it because I still have a few more days here. I have a different color for every activity. Blue is sleeping. I've been sleeping really well. And then I have different colors for different things. Hiking, sketching, knitting, eating, all of the things that it would take to, kind of live my life every day. And then I also wanted to make sure that I paid attention to the wildlife that I was seeing. So every gem I have in it, you can see gems in here, is a different type of wildlife that I've seen there. Different gems for different, like large mammals or small mammals, birds, insects, arachnids, even amphibians and lizards, which I have not seen either of those yet. That's one of my goals in the next 2 days. So this is really kind of a conceptual piece that probably won't be a pattern, but is something that is interesting to me in this way of data visualization that I'm kind of testing.
A journal page showing handwritten plans for the Glacier Time scarf with a sketch of the idea for the scarf in colored pencil and calculations written in pen for how many stitches and rows she needs. There's a list of activities and animals with different colors listed for each one.
So for the rest of my time here in the next couple days, I really am hoping to soak in as much landscape as I can get, maybe start sketching a few more ideas, but I'm really excited about being able to knuckle down this year and create pieces that have been such an inspiration over this last month.
Text on screen reads, "To learn more about Glacier's Artist in Residence program, visit www.nps.gov/glac/getinvolved/air.htm."